Hey Andy, that's a nice cherry tree. This is a nice one. This is oak here.
Yeah. This one's cherry.
That's a nice size one too. I'll take that one home too. I can take that one for you off your hands.
And this is the old graveyard.
Nice
dead, 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 dead.
Yes. And that is a big boy.
Yeah.
Today on In the Wood Yard, I'm here with Tyler, and we're going to go play with his new brute force. It's a semi-pro wood splitter. So we're going to go have some fun today. Here we go. So Matt Tyler's here this morning, and there was frost on the roof this morning.
Yep, nice 36 degrees.
It's ridiculous.
With a high of 80.
It's supposed to get to 80, so it's kind of like being out in Southwest where it's cold at night and then it gets really warm during the day. So that's what we're going to have. So it's going to get warm.
Pretty quick.
But he's got a load of ash he got for free in his truck that we're going to throw into my trailer, and he's got another bunch of ash in his trailer we're going to throw in. Then we're going to go to where you have your splitter.
Yep.
That's how far away?
About 35 minutes.
35 minutes
hunting
away.
property.
Yeah, he's got some property there, and that's where your splitter is.
Yep, right now for the summer.
Your big toy. And we're going to go split some wood today, so that's what's going to happen. So we're going to transfer this stuff. So time to start chucking some wood.
Yes.
So we're in the back of Tyler's property here, and you got wood all through here that you use this location to deliver to this area, and then you got 30 miles away you got another spot where you cut most of your wood in your hunting property, and you got wood there, and then you take wood and distribute it there too, because that wood you sell more to campgrounds, right?
Either or. I mean, it depends where I get the wood from. I try to keep the wood that I get around here, and the wood that I get over at our hunting property over there, and I'm kind of getting full over here, and I have a ton of empty racks over there, so yeah, I figured bring over the wood over there and leave it over there to dry for the summer.
So here you got pine
behind that's oak, another set of oak here, and then we got some ash and mixed over here, and then 8 face cords of cherry, and then another 3 of mixed at the very end here.
Right.
And all this wood is off our property or from friends or farmers, or I took out a whole tree line of cherry for a farmer who bought the neighboring property and wanted to farm over the tree line this winter, so I took down like 20 cherry trees for him. Right.
Farmers are a good way to get some good wood because they want it gone.
Yes, and he wants another tree line taken out.
Yeah.
This upcoming winter from I don't know how big it is yet. I haven't taken a look at it, but he's like, we learned the lesson because he had to dig out the stumps with his excavator. So he said this year he wants to get out there first in the fall and tip them over with leverage, and then let me come out there and cut them.
Right, a lot of guys with excavators like to have like a 6-foot stump they can push it over.
Exactly, yeah. And then as I cut it close to the ground, he couldn't push it over, so he's like, I'll just push the whole tree over in the fall, and you guys can come and cut it in the winter. I'm like, that works for me.
So in this stuff here you got where? This is free stuff too?
This is free stuff I got from Facebook Marketplace for some person that was getting an ash tree taken down. So
yeah, a lot of people don't realize you can go to Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and get a lot of free wood.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to do a video on that real soon. I've been collecting all the screenshots of the ads that I found, and hundreds of them.
Some of it's garbage, some of it's actually pretty good. Like this stuff here, and it was a guy who just bought his house, and he had a buddy an old friend of his from Minnesota who climbs, and they went down and took down about 5 or 6 trees, and he took some wood back home with him, and he left some of the smaller stuff, but he didn't want to deal with the big stuff, so I took all the big stuff. I'm like, well, there's more wood in the big stuff than the small stuff.
I find that quite often, that people will have the big stuff is what they leave, because they think, oh, I'm going to keep it for firewood, but they don't have a chainsaw to be able to handle bigger stuff, or they physically can't handle it.
Exactly.
And you can get big stuff.
And I told him, I gave him my card, said, if you cut down any more trees and want the wood to get rid of, I'll come over and even help you cut it up even, and I'll take the wood off your hands.
Well, and the good thing about helping them cut it up is you can get it to the right size. So they're not cutting at 20 and a half or 14 and then crooked cuts and all.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm surprised. Some of the stuff's a little small, some of it's a little big, but for the most part, it's pretty straight, which is
it'll
surprising.
all burn. It'll all burn.
Exactly.
So now I see here you guys have a bunch of trees here that you would love for firewood, because those are 2 massive red oaks there.
Yep.
These are 2 real big cherry trees. Another big cherry tree over here. That's a big cherry tree. And then that big box elder there that's leaning, you were saying that you might cut that down.
That one will probably go this winter just because
it's when you get the west sunset, you're losing all your daylight in your garden there.
Yep.
So yeah, that's probably a good one to take down.
And that'll be a couple face cords of campfire wood.
That's probably, I'd say a full cord, maybe a full cord and a half. That's a bunch of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll all sell, it'll all burn. People will be happy. All right, let's go to the woods.
Since I'm at school.
So here's a tree they've got on their property, and we're not sure what this is because we don't have a lot of these here, but we think this is a mulberry. So there's the leaves, and it's got like ridges on the bark. So if you guys watching the channel, you know what this is, let me know. I think it's a mulberry, because at first we thought it was an apple tree, but we looked close, and there's another one way in the back of the property. It's a big one. We think this might be mulberry. Let us know. So we are now in central Wisconsin on your hunting property, and your grandma lives here, and you've got how many acres here?
About 40 acres that my father and my grandma own that we hunt on.
Nice.
And slowly trying to clean up the property here.
And there's a lot of dead trees, so a lot of this stuff came right from the property here, right?
For the most part, yeah, we bring in some of it in, but a lot of it, we usually try and get out here in the spring and cut, and then in the summer we're out here splitting, and then come fall we try and leave it alone and hunt it till end of hunting season.
Yeah.
And in the winter, if there's not much snow, we try and get some cutting done out here a little bit, but...
So this here is just campfire wood stuff you got to mix. There's some box elder I see here, and then what's
box elder, cherry, some cottonwood, some ash mixed in there as well.
And that's stuff you just sell to campfire stuff,
Yep,
right?
Campfires, the people that burned outside at the campgrounds.
People that aren't too picky.
There's a lot of...
what's that over there?
More mixed over there.
Mixed stuff there, and that's oak over there.
Over there, yep. This is all stuff that we split last spring that's been sitting around here since for almost a year.
This looks like cherry.
Yep, that's all cherry from the farmer we brought over here because we were running out of room at our main property where our parents live. So we brought it out here and decided we'll just split it out here and sell it with the campfire stuff.
And then this is all free wood you got too, right?
Yep, this is all the stuff from the fence line we took down here this winter. Was probably about, I want to say 15 to 20 cherry trees, and then this is
locust.
Some locust we got from our property off in the pines way out there, because we can only get out there in the spring before we plant. So once the crop starts coming up, we got to get out of there.
Nice. So on tomorrow's video, you're going to see with the brute force, because we have our brute force shirts on.
Yep.
We're going to be splitting all this. Right now, he's going to give us a little tour of the property. So let's go walk around and look at all the beautiful trees you got here.
A lot of the dead ones.
Well, the light ones are nice too.
Oh yeah, a lot of hickory on this property, a little bit of elm.
Really nice big oak trees, a lot of big hickories, lots of hickories. This is actually, they call this Hickory Hill, right?
Yep, that's what my grandma called it, because when they moved in here, it was just covered in hickories, so they called it Hickory Hill. And this is how we get in and out of the woods with our wheelers to haul wood out. It ain't big enough to get a truck down here because it's such a...
you could, but...
You get scratched up pretty well.
Yeah, it might get scratched up, and if it's wet, it might be a little bit slick. But yeah, I noticed there were some dead oaks in here. But mainly a lot of hickories, holy smokes.
Yeah, a lot of living hickories, a little bit of maple. There's one maple tree here, and there's a couple behind the pond over here. But
you were saying that you had a guy come through the property not too long ago that took all the
buckthorn?
Buckthorn, that's the stuff.
Yep, we had someone come through and forestry mulch all of our buckthorn down, and he came through and cut down just mulched up a lot of our dead trees that were all rotten.
Big white oak here, nice white oak. You got a lot of nice trees in here.
Yep.
I mean, everywhere you look, it's either cherry.
Yep, there's
oak,
a nice cherry there. Some hickory, some big hickories up here.
Yeah, this is a nice cherry here. I'd like this one right here. Can I take this one home?
There's a nice dead one down over here.
This is a dandy. That's a nice cherry tree. I rarely get nice big cherry trees like this to cut. This is probably that's over 20 inches.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a big one.
Yeah, we don't like
the cherry trees I get are all, small stuff.
Yeah.
I know they get really big, but most people don't usually keep them that long, and they break off. This is a nice hickory.
Nice hickory. I had my stand on here 2 summers ago before this came down. and it split, and it's split all the way to the base. So I don't know how I want to take this down, because
I know exactly how you're going to take it down.
If I go this way with it, I'm going to wreck out my
It's going to go that way.
Yeah. I'm like, I'd rather take out the elms over the hickories.
Take this little elm out, leave this hickory, because that hickory will straighten up eventually and fill this void here.
Hopefully, yeah.
But I would say, yeah, cut it here. We can just pull it that way. Well, there's another one down there.
There's another one down there, yeah.
Pull it that way, and that way you'll be safe, because you can pull it right down the hill that way.
And then we got 2 apple trees we planted here a couple of years ago. We got cages around those.
Man, you got some nice big hickories here.
Yeah.
Look at these suckers.
Yeah.
I mean, these are some monsters. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, you got wood here for a long time.
Oh, and this is just the living stuff.
Yeah.
And we're planting stuff too as well to try and replenish what we're taking out of the dead stuff. I mean, there's a nice big oak here.
Yep, that's a dandy white oak there, man. See if I can get to where you can see here. That's a dandy. Yeah, you got some beautiful timber here.
And this is our pond here that
looks like it's dry.
Yeah, oh, we haven't had rain for a couple of weeks, and it's so sandy out here. It's hard to keep water out here.
Yeah, you can see the deer tracks in there. They want there to be water.
Yeah, we might have to go get our bucket out here and throw some water in that.
Yeah, can you water? Do you have a well up on top of the hill for the
So there's a well, at the house there's a well, and so we'll just run a hose all the way down and put a bucket in here. So we plant about 50 to 100 trees out here every spring of...
Yeah, if you keep planting trees, you'll constantly be renewing the resource. That's the way to do it.
It's not just trees, it's a lot of shrubs of like elderberry, hazelnut, dogwood, stuff for the deer to kind of get some cover into.
Yeah, because this woods is pretty open.
You used to be able not to see much. Like it was a lot opener down here, but on the top of the hill and the south of the hill here, you couldn't see more than a couple feet with the buckthorn in there. And we got rid of a lot of it.
The bad thing about cutting all your cover like that, though, is it opens it up and the deer don't bed in there as much.
Not typically. They like to bed. I've seen them come through and bed on the hillsides here quite a bit because it's out of the wind here.
Right.
And the problem with hunting in this valley is you get a lot of swirling winds down here, which is not great for hunting.
All right, so what is this here? Is this another hickory?
Another hickory that's split during a windstorm here 2 years ago, because when that one went down, this one went down as well.
Right.
We got a big cherry tree that's down here dead that we got to get cut up.
That one, yep.
But this is where we're getting really into our worst section here. There's another standing dead oak here that's the tops came off of.
Yeah, that oak down right there's got to go.
Dead, and then up along the hill valley here is all dead.
You got all kinds of dead oaks up in there. What kind are those?
All red oak. It's all from oak wilt. It came through and just ripped this. A lot of this dead oak is all from oak wilt, is what we believe, because we haven't had really a lot of flooding down here lately. So we don't believe it's from the flooding, but we believe it's the oak wilt.
Yeah.
And
holy smokes, what's this big one way up ahead here? Is that oak also?
Yeah, a lot of it's all oak. Yeah, if you come over here, we got another oak and a cherry tree that's standing dead here that we have to take down at some point.
Yeah, you got lots of dead trees in here.
Yeah, you got the dead cherry, dead oak. And then
there's another cherry tree you're going to give me right here.
That one's still living yet.
This is a nice one.
But we got dead oak there, dead oak, dead oak, dead oak.
Yeah.
And it's all going to have to get rolled down the hill.
This here is a oak tree too?
That one's dead, yep.
That's a white oak.
Yep, that's a dead white oak.
Yeah, huh.
One of probably about 50
that's a
dead oaks in this property.
Yeah, that's
we head down to the south here in the corner. We'll have tons more down here. You can just look up in the let's look up in the sky between the leaves. You can see all of them dead.
You can see a bunch of dead ones up there. This cherry tree, is this cherry right here?
Yep, dead cherry right here. And I don't know if this is another cherry or if this is another oak. One of the two. You get
this is oak here.
Yeah. This one's cherry. You can tell.
Oh, this cherry one, you better get on because that won't last as long. The oak will last a long time. Dead. The wood will be good, but the cherry won't last near as long.
No, it won't. No.
That's a nice size one too. I'll take that one home too. That's a dandy there. Yeah,
we got wood for a couple of years out here.
You got a lot of wood in here yet.
And this is the worst section down here. So it's all dead. standing dead oak. Here's another dead cherry.
Yeah, you better get that one out too. I can take that one for you off your hands.
And this is the oak
That's
graveyard.
A nice
Dead, 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 dead.
yes, yes.
And it's all 20-inch, if not bigger.
Right, that one there's a dandy too. That's a big one there.
There's a
That's
real big
monster.
one down here. I don't know if it tipped over yet or not, but
Yeah, you wouldn't have to buy wood for quite a while. You just got to get it out of here.
that's exactly it. It's just a matter of, so you know, with being down in this valley here, we get a lot of extra work just getting it out of here.
Yep, that's really your little your ATV with your little trailer. You just
Yeah.
keep hauling it out. Keep hauling
Here's
it
another
out.
dead one. Another dead one. Dead one.
What's this here? That tipped over one there.
That's another dead oak.
Yep.
And here's a stump off of one that's fallen down, and
Yeah, that was a big oak.
yeah.
Yeah, and this one here.
This one's uprooted. Here's another dead one here. Thankfully, a lot of it's still standing, so it should still be good for a
Yeah.
while. But I mean,
Yeah, it'll still be good. But when it hits the ground, then you want to get going on, especially the cherry trees. You don't want those laying on the ground, no. The oak will last quite a while, just like it is. You got lots of them, holy smokes. I mean, yeah, when you first see the property, when we first pulled in, I thought, well, there's no dead trees here. This all looks just beautiful, looks really nice, but
here's this one. And this is the one I'm not looking forward to getting down.
holy crap, that's a big one.
Yeah. I might need to borrow your 3120 for this one,
Holy smokes.
because this is right on the edge of the property, and it's both gonna have to go down in the valley here. And this is the neighbor's property, and
Is he okay if they drop it on your on
we've
the
talked to
property?
him about it. He's like, oh yeah, I'd clean it up, because we've cleaned up some of the stuff that's fallen off of the fence line on his side there. And I know there's a barbed wire that might be running through here somewhere. I don't know if it's through this tree or not, but
Well, if
we'll
it's
find
in
out
there-
if it is.
If it's in there, there's a 100% chance when you start cutting, you will find it.
All right, here's the barbed wire, so
Oh yeah.
you might be okay yet. And
I
then,
don't see anything coming up, but yeah, this is gonna go because it's already separating here.
yeah,
This-
yeah.
You get these coal trees like this, and they gets rotten down inside of there, and that is a big boy.
Yeah.
Both of them. There's a lot of wood here. There's between these two trees, I would bet you've got probably 4 full cords of wood.
Oh yeah, and it's, you know, there's the house up there, so we're down in this valley a couple 100 feet,
Yeah.
and there's another dead oak here along the front.
Yeah. What about the locust? That's the neighbors.
That's all the neighbors' property. Our fence line's right about where I'm standing
Yeah.
here, and that's all the neighbors. When we were a kid, we used to come out here and go sledding down this hill with the old neighbor, and now all the locust trees have just bloomed throughout, and it's gonna just be a matter of time before they start coming into our woods.
Yep. Yeah, beautiful.
But you
Beautiful
got-
property, man. Yeah, your grandma's living in heaven here.
Yeah. She loves the wildlife. We get turkeys
Oh,
out the
yeah.
window and birds and all sorts of
Yeah,
stuff.
this is a really nice piece of property.
Yeah, it's really hilly, which is kind of what I like about it, because the deer don't really see you coming, but when you get up in a tree, you kind of get eye level with them at some point, so it makes it kind of hard to hunt. But here's another dead cherry here.
Yeah, that's a cherry tree that's dead there, yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of nice trees in here.
There's a
The thing
lot of
is-
stumps like this laying around everywhere. When my grandfather had it logged off here probably about 20, 30 years ago when I was just a child.
Yeah.
And we got all these cages around of the stuff we planted here.
So what is that?
I don't know.
There was a tree in there. It's,
Yeah, it looks like
didn't
it's
make
dead.
it.
Yeah. One of many.
There's one over here too. What's in
Yeah.
that cage? That's the bad thing about having deer. They do like to eat.
Yeah, white oak.
Oh yeah, that was a white oak.
White oak,
barely alive.
Yeah.
One little tot there. Yeah, they'll eat it too.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you've got
A lot of work ahead of us.
a lot of work ahead of you. You got
And this is just the one section of woods. We still got the north side, which isn't as bad. And then we got across the farm field, we got a small section of standing dead red pine that's all rotten. And we've
there's
been
more woods over that way then?
over across the field here, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
We can take the wheeler
Well-
out there if you want to take a look for it, or we'll walk across, whichever.
No, I think
We'll go back to work.
it's time that we get some work done, but that's going to happen on tomorrow's video
Yep.
because we walked around here. Now we're going to go do some work, and You're gonna see that tomorrow. So tomorrow they're gonna see the brute force.
Yep.
And that's
worked.
the semi-pro.
Yep.
That you got brand new. Well, not brand new. You used it a little bit, so
Yeah, it used it
we're gonna
a
be
couple
running
hours.
that. We're gonna be running that tomorrow because we have our uniforms on. So come on back tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. We're gonna do some splitting. See you then.
Good night, Irene.